Start that. And
so which one is it? You doing it from here?
I'm gonna do this from this one. This is my secondary.
Gotcha.
So in other words, I'll you can look at me that way.
Okay.
And I will. This has got a little bit of a longer lens.
I feel kind of weird sitting.
Well, it's going to be a really tight. I'll show you in a second if you
Okay.
want to come and see how I frame it. It looked good. The only thing that's cool is, and you can just, if you want to turn your body a little bit. I mean, do whatever you want because I'm going to be tight on you.
Cool.
I mean,
You devil people.
and because you know we can hear people and stuff.
Yeah.
I try to project past me. You know,
Okay.
for the answers. So okay. Now I'm just going to tight here. Okay. I'm sure this is cool. All right. One of the reasons why I wanted to interview you, besides personally liking your show and liking you as a host, is that the essence of your entire show is taking viral videos, obviously, and it's trying to determine if they're authentic, obviously, hence the title of your show. Now, the biggest problem with the Ouija board isn't whether or not something's going on, because certainly something is. It's a question of if is it paranormal or is it ideomotor, psychological, or a combination of the two. As a filmmaker, I have my belief system. I believe it's something supernatural. I believe in the supernatural. My expert, Robert Murch, my partner, he doesn't even believe in the paranormal, and he doesn't believe the paranormal, good or bad, has anything to do with the Ouija board. So for you, I think I'm going to start off by saying, what's your name? What do you do? You tell I'm the host of this. And then the thing is how you got into the paranormal, and then I'm going to move you into the Ouija board. Seems like a perfect thing, not for your show perhaps, but in the sense of what you do, you debunk, you determine authenticity. And therefore, if you did a thought experiment about the Ouija board, how would you go about to determine whether it was paranormal or physical? Just explore it just verbally, and then we'll go from there. All right, and I am now focused on you. And is that's not too bright in your eyes, right? The sun.
Nah, I'll try not to squint.
Yeah, no, you look fine. I just want to make sure
Okay.
it's okay. All right, so now I have a nice shot of you, and okay.
Do you have a boom mic or anything?
No, these two actually I got updated this. There's a different mic on this on this 5D Mark II, and I get better results than when I use a boom, because when I get the boom in this wind, even with the windscreen, I get so for actually when it's a little bit of a windy thing, these mics actually are better, and I take usually the audio from that. So that's why I use both.
Where are you on my eye line?
So you can look right here on my shoulder here.
Okay.
So first question, your name, what you do, and how you got involved in paranormal programming on TV, basically.
Okay.
And action.
My name is Ben Hansen, and I host a show on Sci-Fi called Fact or Fake Paranormal Files. I've been involved in the paranormal ever since I was about 12 years old. Primarily, UFO research is what got me into it, and then when I was in college, I started getting into the ghost hunting stuff.
Is it based on curiosity or some experiences you had?
I've always been interested in things of the paranormal that there's been overwhelming evidence that there's a phenomenon that exists, yet it's not taken seriously. Some of these fields, well, most of them, ufology, getting into the ghost hunting, the mainstream sciences aren't really looking at this with a critical eye. There are some exceptions to it, but what interested me is kind of really trying to take that scientific approach and theorizing, and going beyond just this, No,
you're in a great thought there.
sorry,
Because, you really actually touched on something really good, because you can repeat what you were saying, but I like that line in the sense of that mainstream science ignores ufology, it ignores cryptozoology, it ignores a lot of things that may be valid. So repeat that or go off on that and tie that then into the Ouija board, because I think, for example, researchers should be looking at the Ouija board, even if to debunk it, but no one even takes it seriously.
Right.
To me, if it's a real tool of divination, it should be looked at. But go off on your point. You can just say the UFO doesn't take.
Someone was hacking behind you. So
Okay, where they were?
like,
Okay, and yeah, and I heard like the beeps. So So we can just take it from you got interested in the stuff that wasn't interested by mainstream. And okay, action.
Shh. I can hear you laughing. Shh.
Okay, action.
All right. I got interested in studying the paranormal because there are, well, most subjects, whether it's ufology or ghost hunting, cryptozoology, they're not taken with nearly the same seriousness in mainstream science, partly because I believe it's difficult to replicate in experiments. And the same thing goes with Ouija boards. It's really kind of difficult from my understanding and people who are really expert in it to get the same results. It's a lot like going ghost hunting and waiting to get EVPs. You don't know when it's going to happen, and I think that reason mostly that people shy away from it, and mainstream science really has not taken the subject seriously.
So you're personally not that interested perhaps in Ouija boards, but it is akin to some of your other interests like UFOs. It is dismissed by the mainstream. Is that
Right.
true? That be
Right.
accurate? And what is your feeling on I mean, you've seen so much phenomena. Where does Ouija boards fit in, if at all?
All right.
You can wait for this, but whenever you're comfortable.
Okay. On our show, we focus on all types of paranormal occurrences. We look into UFO and alien contact. We also do ghost hunting and Bigfoot, whatever it is. We have had a few instances where we've looked at Ouija board cases, and it's really interesting because there is such a stigma attached to it that there's a lot of decisions that go into how we choose a case. In the case of Ouija boards, it's very, I guess there's very strong feelings, mostly against them. And I still believe that it's a phenomenon that should be studied because it does appear that there's something real going on. We had one particular case where somebody sent us a video, and there's a group of people sitting around a planchette, and they all had their hands on it, and then they remove their hands, and the planchette moves by itself.
I heard about this, and it turned out that they faked it, though, didn't it? Wasn't that the ended up of the story, or was I wrong there?
Yeah, the planchette itself was, they removed their hands, and at the beginning of the video they show that there's, nothing, no magnets or things underneath it. And we take on videos like this because the whole kind of point of our show is to separate the fact from the fiction. And if you've eliminated all the most plausible explanations and what's left is the paranormal, then of course it's more likely.
Occam's razor, basically.
Yeah. And we did not end up accepting this case, but I remember thinking about it and my personal feelings about Ouija boards. Hold for that.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, if you hold for 1 second, if I run in my car, I can just get a new battery, and then 5 more minutes and we'll be done.
Okay.
Wait, here, I'm going to turn this off right here.